Regardless of how much the damage to your home is, there is a way to handle water damage in your attic. Firstly, you should identify the source of the water. Often, attics are unheard of and leaks can go unnoticed. Once you find the source of the leak, it is time to begin cleaning up the area. You will need to shut off the power to the attic and isolate the leak. Then, you should use plastic sheets and containers to contain the leak. After you have spotted the source of the water, you can assess the extent of the damage. The source of the water may be a burst pipe or a hole in the roof. If you see water in the attic, you will need to check for a burst pipe. Always stay safe while doing so and make sure not to touch anything electrical. Once you've figured out the source of the leak, you should note the extent of the damage. Even a small dark spot on the woodwork can mean that the wood is rotten. As soon as you discover the source of the water damage, it's time to clean it up. If you find a hole, you'll need a wet/dry vacuum to remove all the water-soaked items. You will also need to thoroughly clean all surfaces using a solution of bleach and water. Remember to wear proper personal protective gear while performing these tasks. The attic will also benefit from open windows and fans to circulate the air and keep it dry. Another obvious source of water damage is HVAC and ductwork. These areas are the passageways for water, steam, and hot/cold air. In addition to this, you should check the insulation surrounding these systems because it's likely to have been weakened by the water. It's important to remember that these areas of the house are usually closed to the general public, and they're therefore less visible than other areas of the house. Once you've found the source of the problem, you'll need to get the attic cleaned and repaired. You can also consider the source of the water. If the leak is located in the attic, it's important to clean the area thoroughly. This can reduce the risk of future water damage. If the leak is in the plumbing stack, the water will most likely be coming from there. If the leak is in the attic, the insulation around it may need to be replaced or repaired. If the damage is in the attic, the next step is to inspect the rest of the house. Another cause of water damage in the attic is a leaky roof. You can prevent this by following simple tips that will help you minimize the risk of the leak. A leaky roof can damage the attic's insulation. Moreover, you can also try putting fresh newspaper on the area where the problem is suspected. However, if the leak is caused by a plumbing system, you should contact a professional. Attic water damage is one of the most common home repair problems. In fact, it can be caused by poor ventilation. An inadequate vent in an attic can trap moist air. The damp air will penetrate and saturate porous materials. This is what leads to water damage. Ensure that the ventilation is adequate so that the moisture can escape. If it is not enough, then you must hire a professional restoration company to fix the problem. A water leak in your attic can cause a lot of damages to your home. It is important to clean up the water immediately so that the water doesn't destroy your home's interior. It is also essential to check for signs of water damage in the attic. For instance, you should check the walls and the area around the plumbing stack. You may notice that the insulation has discolored. It is also advisable to replace the attic's insulation. When you notice water damage in your attic, the first thing to do is fix the roof. If the roof is leaking, you should make repairs as soon as possible. You should replace damaged shingles or any wood that has been affected by water. If you can, check for mold and wood in your attic. If you see any, replace the attic's wooden structure. You should also examine the pipes. The attic's insulation is another source of water damage.